Quick check-in for today on progress updates, things that have happened re the speaking goals, and progress that I've made. And actually, there's been a little bit of progress and a little bit of, I guess, what's become the norm for me ahead of any sort of speaking engagement, or at least it's happening a bit less now, but it's certainly kicking in this time around. On Saturday, as I've said before, I'm doing this leadership conference for Toastmasters, and I've been asked to give a 75-minute talk, which has to be workshop based. Like, I don't think that's what they said, but it kind of has to be workshop based. It has to be interactive for 75 minutes. I'm just going to talk at a group for that long. And it's all around self-leadership. So I've been pretty confident that I've got the ideas and I know what I'm going to do. And then today I was like, okay, right, I'm going to refine the title slightly, and I'm going to get really clear on what the objectives are, what I want people to feel by the end of the talk, what I want them to be saying, and what I want them to be doing. So what's the next step that they should take? And as I was writing these things out, which granted probably should have been taken care of way back, it kind of occurred to me that what I was trying to do wasn't really going to work, because of I was just trying to do too much. That was the problem. I was just trying to do too much, and it wasn't stuff that I've taught in the context of leadership before. So I made a pretty radical decision, sort of late afternoon, to completely turn it on its head and change it. The title is actually very similar to the Seroptimists title, the keynote I gave back in October, I think it was, which is Inspire to Thrive, how to lead yourself and those around you to better well-being. So I've changed it to how do you lead yourself and others through better well-being, because I want to be teaching around well-being, around mindset, around the PERMA framework, positive emotion, engagement, relationships, meaning, and accomplishments. And the DASH principles, diet, activity, sleep, hydration, plus the +1 principle. How do you go from where you are to where you want to get to, but through the +1 method? So not from here to 10, but from here to the next step and the next step and the next step. It's going to building that confidence and building that momentum as you go. So these are the principles that I want to teach, and now I've got it clear in my head. It's a lot easier to put it back into the presentation and to draw on all the experience that I've had, and the different, I guess, modules that I've done previously in different presentations, different workshops, and teach that. So it's not like I've got to prepare everything from scratch, but it still kind of feels like that. And going back to what I started with this little update about, is how I'm feeling, and I guess I'm feeling a little bit anxious, a little bit unsure, possibly because it's a group of Toastmasters. There'll be maybe 60, 70 people. There won't be that many people there, but it's a leadership conference, right? There's 4 other very good leadership speakers. This is what they do. And then there's me, who's kind of, it feels like I'm making a stab at shoehorning my content into the leadership channel. And I don't want it to feel like that. I want it to feel like it's very natural. It's a perfect fit. It's meaningful, and that actually people are going to benefit from listening to and engaging with the content. So I've got a day and a half to overcome all of that. I've got a fairly clear day tomorrow where I'll be spending some time on it. I'm also kind of wrestling with the whole, I'm not being paid for this talk. Therefore, how much time do I want to spend preparing it? But on the other hand, this is a really good opportunity to prepare something that I could use again, and actually gets me into the leadership sector. So lots of kind of conflicting things going on in my mind, which actually just talking about it on this video is helping. So again, thank you, Daily Videos. So that was one thing. The other thing from today, and kind of a bit of from yesterday as well, I had an email from someone I know, a contact of mine, who works for a government, part of the government, and she's got an away day for a team of senior leaders next Wednesday up in Manchester. Wanted me to, it was kind of phrased as maybe somebody in my network might be able to help. Leading through change is the essence of the talk. It has to be 45 minutes for all of these senior leaders. with good opportunities. And again, it's a non-paid set, apart from expenses, fair enough. And I considered it. I looked at it yesterday and I thought, okay, well, this could be a good opportunity. I thought, well, actually, what is the opportunity? What is the opportunity? Because it's not like these are people from different companies, different areas. They're going to go back and think, oh, I heard this great guy speaking. When I pressed her today about what the opportunities are, she did say that it's kind of a bit further on down the line. Good speakers tend to be invited back to do other things. These leaders are from all different areas of this government agency, and there could be more work in the future. But it wasn't quite enough for me, given I spoke about this last week. I think when an opportunity is an opportunity and knowing when it isn't. I think old me, certainly 12 months, 18 months ago, me would have said, yep, I'll be there. And I'd have gone along and done it, and I'd have enjoyed it, and I'd have got some value from being able to say that I'd worked with this agency and I'd done that. But actually, it's an entire day out of my schedule, which isn't really what I want to be doing at the moment, taking a full day out, unless it's speaking at a conference where there's a lot of people who are going to be there who are from different organizations. And there is an opportunity there for people to then go back and say, actually, no, I heard this great guy speaking. Of course, they'd say that. And we think we should get him in for our company. So that's how it works. That's where you get the value, by connecting with people at an event like that, not at an event like this, no matter what the opportunity might look like. And I've become very much more tuned into this. And I was on the fence yesterday. I was thinking, should I do it? I was thinking I probably would do it. And I woke up this morning, I thought about it some more, and I decided that I wasn't going to be able to, because actually it's a lot of work to create a 45-minute talk on something that, again, even though I'm doing it this week and on leadership, it's not something that I'm especially something specific like leading through change. That's not about self-leadership. I would have really been shoehorning things in there, and I wouldn't have been helping them achieve their objectives. So I know that I made the right decision there to say, no, this one's not for me. But also do still feel like there's a fear of missing out. I just turned something down. Anyway, that's some of the other part of the wrestling that's going on for me at the moment. But all good. So I've got tomorrow to sort out this Toastmasters leadership conference session, masterclass, whatever it's going to be called. And kind of follow up with some of the other leads as well, which I've sort of allowed to slip a little bit. I haven't been doing the things from that speaker workshop that I attended. I haven't done all of the things that I said I was going to do, so I need to get back on top of that as well. So there we go. There's my check-in for the day. Thanks for watching and listening. If you've enjoyed this video, then give it a like, give it a subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and check back in again tomorrow for another daily update. Bye for now.